Rock, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty damn good.
And where are you calling from today, Rock?
Miami, Florida.
Is that where you live?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know The Rock lived in Miami. You know, Cowhead, I'm going to tell some people some information about The Rock. Now, The Rock right now is like the main man in the WWF with his big-ass people's elbow. And I'm telling you, but you know The Rock is a third-generation wrestler. And correct me if I'm wrong, Rock, but your father was Rocky Johnson.
That's right.
Tag team with Tony Atlas.
Yep.
And your grandfather was Chief Peter, I can't ever pronounce your last name. Maivia.
Yep.
And he worked with Vern up in AWA.
That's right. You got it right, man.
So see, Khaled, unlike, all the other jabroni wannabe Mark-ass hosts that interview The Rock, he's actually talking to somebody who knows a little something about the business.
That's right.
Now, I also know, Rock, that you're one hell of a football player in college. Who'd you play for?
Oh, University of Miami.
Did you? Also, you're one of those outlaws then.
Best school in the country.
Did you ever play?
When The Rock was there.
Did you play with Sapp?
Yeah. Played with Warren, played with a whole bunch of guys.
Warren, good friend of the show, stopped by all the time.
Oh, is that right?
Anytime we got any freaky bitches up in here, he's always up in here trying to get his his head.
Oh, that doesn't surprise The Rock.
From back in the day. So now, Rock, obviously the Nation of Domination kind of screwed you over, and I know you got a score to settle with those assholes.
Well, here's the deal. Anytime you have a group of guys together and you got a diamond who shines like The Rock, just like The Rock did, naturally there's going to be some jealousy and animosity, and that's exactly what it was. So The Rock just had to take his big right hand, lay the smack down on all their candy asses, and now he just went on and doing his own thing as the number one contender for the WWF title.
Bottom line is big fat Vader and stupid ass wannabe Ken Shamrock ain't got a chance this Friday night in the Sundome. It's in a triple threat match.
Ken
Well,
Shamrock's
you know
a
what
mean bitch.
surprises The Rock is that now The Rock is being put in this triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Here's a title that The Rock made famous when he held it for damn near a year. So now he's got to go against Vader. 5 words for Vader, big fat piece of trash.
Exactly.
And as far as for Ken Shamrock, 2 words, roid rage. The Rock can't explain anything like that. The Rock could care less about that. But what's funny to The Rock is why isn't The Rock wrestling some jabroni candy ass wannabe Rock for the WWF title there in his home, away from home in Tampa, Florida?
Exactly.
You know what I like about The Rock? He said he calls himself The Rock. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to be the cowhead.
Well, The Rock is such a stud, and all the other guys are just a bunch of Mizarks jabronis, that The Rock can talk third person and get away with it. Because let me tell you something right now. If you're going to give The Rock a hard time, you're going to get the big-ass people's elbow, and you don't want that right now. I'm here to tell you.
No, definitely not. Nobody.
And all the boys got the moves, but the bottom line is the people's elbows will knock you out. And I can't wait for Roid Rage Ken Shamrock and stupid-ass Fatso Vader, who thought he was a football player back in the day, but blew up on some Anadrol 50. When my boy Rock kicks his ass. I'm telling you that right now, The Rock is here.
Oh, without a doubt. The Rock is guaranteeing this. The Rock is going to go up I-75, and he's going to go ahead and go in his home, away from home in Tampa, Florida. He's bringing Puskins with him. He's going to drop the people's elbow. He's going to lay some poor schmuck out with the Rock bomb, and then he's going to go on 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
The Rock's got another call coming in.
No, but The Rock, it's probably just some Riazat trying to get hook up with the Rock's Diazic, so don't even worry about it.
Probably.
Anyway, listen, did you hear about the little heat I got with guy get my nose so far up McMahon's ass, Jerry Brisco?
The Rock's heard that through the people's grapevine. Yeah, without a doubt.
You can't tell me right now that ain't good for wrestling. Jerry Brisco, and Vince McMahon trying to run the show, and high five to Shane McMahon sticking up for the boys for one time.
Yeah, but then again, The Rock high fives no one and could care less about who's coming out of their shell and who's not going to be somebody's kid and want to be the hell with the whole deal. The fact of the matter is this: is that The Rock heard about that. What The Rock is going to do is he's made it clear a long time ago. Nobody crosses The Rock and nobody bosses The Rock. So The Rock is going to have to make a special trip to Briscoe Brothers Body Shop, and he might do it Friday afternoon, take the people's hand, raise the people's eyebrow, lay the smack down on all their candy asses there, including Jerry Brisco.
Well, here's the bottom line. Brisco, you know as well as I do that Brisco's going to try to screw that up. He's a special referee in the Mankind Kane Undertaker Stone Cold match. Right. And you know as well as I do, having his nose so far up McMahon's ass, that he's going to try to keep the strap for McMahon because McMahon's some crippled ass in a wheelchair. So the bottom line is Jerry Brisco is going to do some kind of swerve to screw the boys. So what I'm going to do is I'm jumping on the railing, front row, and all 425 pounds of my big fat ass is scooting in the ring, and I'm going to blindside Brisco, and then I'm going to give him the Bubba second road splash, big sofa splash, and that bitch is going to be flattened like a pancake. Then I'm going to take the belt, and I'm going to either give it to the person that deserves it, or I'm walking out the building with it.
There you go.
One of the two.
Well, first and foremost, Bub, you have to give it to The Rock because he's the one who deserves it. The Rock says, hell, he should have just handed the WWF title. The Rock's been number one contender for damn near 2 months now.
Why they keep screwing? Why they keep screwing you over, Rock? When are you going to be able to fight?
Don't hand the title over to The Rock. Let The Rock do what he does best, and that's go through jabronis like X-Lax goes through Brisco's fat ass. But the fact of the matter is this, is that The Rock is coming to Tampa. He's bringing Puskins. He's bringing the number one contender. He's bringing the People's Elbow and the Rock Bottom. He's going to go through them all, and he's going to walk out of there still the damn number one contender and still the people's champ if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
I think me and The Rock would be a hell of a tag team in here in Tampa, because we both kind of talk straight to the people. We both represent the average common working man out there. And I think a Bubba the Love Sponge Rock taking on two stupid-ass jabroni wannabe, power plant guys would be pretty cool, to be honest with you. Don't you think, Rock?
Might happen.
Might happen.
Cooking up some whooping.
The Rock high-fives no one.
The Rock high-fives no one.
No, hell no. Rock high-fives no one. As a matter of fact, The Rock still thinks every single person out there is a piece of trailer park trash anyway. The Rock represents only The Rock. It just so happens that The Rock is the people's champ, and there's two things that the people can do about it. Nothing like it.